And we back. It's your boy, GDQ, the Activated Podcast.
In this thing, baby.
It's your boy, Mac. It's the Activated Podcast. We out here.
What's going on, y'all? August 22nd, man. Glad to see y'all. Happy Sunday in this thing.
I'm glad somebody knows the day because I sure didn't know what today was.
The way shit going right now, like, it's just day.
Yeah. And we here.
Oh, man. Yeah. We made it, y'all. We made it. It's been a wild ass week, too.
Another week in America.
America's been crazy as hell these past. I mean,
since COVID started, it's been pretty bad since 2020.
It's been like a video game simulation, and like
a shitty movie is a shitty fucking comedy movie. That's what it is.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you ain't lie about that. Speaking of the corona, man, you know, prayers to all the workers, healthcare workers, people that's affected by it. Especially, y'all see another dude that was talking shit about the Rona died. The Texas Republican dude. His name was Scott Appley, I think he said. Scott Appley. And he had just made a meme like, I don't know, on Facebook, like, Corona is something and Fauci crazy, blah, blah, blah. And he died 5 days later.
I don't know if this is true. I read a story about someone that, like, a hospital worker, and someone came in with COVID, was on a ventilator for how long, like, survived. And like the first thing they did when they woke up was said, that wasn't COVID. Like, you guys did this to me. That's how in denial that some of them are.
Yeah, he fried as hell. How you gonna?
As in, like,
the people that saved your life, you gonna tell them that they did that to you?
Time out. Like, and you say they did it. Wait.
I don't know if it's true. That was just a comment I read on the internet. All right, it wasn't like a news story. It was like a comment, and I don't know, but I believe it. Yeah.
Wait. So, you mean to tell me that the person thought that the hospital gave them COVID after they?
No, he don't even think the Rona exists. He think they just put him on a ventilator. So, is the gist of it. Like he said, it ain't like a news article, but still.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying, like, what I didn't get is, like, did the person go to the hospital and then wake up and be like, oh, you guys gave me COVID because I'm on a ventator?
Yeah,
you could tell these people, you argue with them that the sky is blue or not. Like I said, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
and that's what's scary.
Information. Yeah, it has nothing to do with reality or factual information or nothing.
I mean, and that brings up the San Diego going viral last week again for old Matt Baker and a bunch of other people went to go comment at this SD County Board of Supervisors. So for people that don't know, in California, all the counties have Board of Supervisors. The Board of Supervisors decide mask mandates, laws, money disbursement, yada yada yada, for the whole county. And they went up there. They had like 100 people. They had all their friends going up there. And Matt Baker, my guy, went crazy, yelling "Hail Fauci," comparing it to the Nuremberg Code, saying all this stuff. There's people who saying Saturn was in the same place as the American Revolution of 1776. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean.
What? What? The fuck? These niggas is just coming up with it. They be bored, fam. They just coming up with whatever they can think of.
I'm not going to hold it.
Is that what you said, my nigga? Like the planet with the rings?
Yeah, with the rings. Cute. What is the new Nuremberg Code, though? I see him talking.
The Nuremberg Code is after World War II and like with Nazi Germany, and you know what I mean, saying what you can't do, and like international code, and it's supposed to stop things from like Nazi Germany happening again. I don't know exactly what the code is. I'm not well versed on it.
That's the gist of it, though. The gist of it is so it won't be a repeat of what Hitler did. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and so they're saying now, because this is what's going on in their realm, in their, you know, what they're being told is that they're violating the Nuremberg Code by having people, you know, get vaccines. No vaccine passports. And like San Diego County is one of the actual counties in California right now that doesn't have a mask mandate. So they're just like freaking out about nothing. We don't even have a vaccine mandate anywhere. Like restaurants aren't asking for vaccine cards really here. Nothing. Like,
it's really
literally
just
bored as hell.
Yeah, it's really just in school and whatnot, for schools and whatnot. Because
right.
Yeah.
Right. Which is good if you're going to have a bunch of kids in school who already, they get sick. That's the most time I've ever been sick, is when you go to school. That's how you get sick all the time.
Yeah.
In Florida, one school district got 5,000 over. It was like 5,600 people quarantining at the same time.
We have more kids. Yes.
Like, think about that. Like 5,000 kids in a week. They weren't even school in a week. It was like 6 days. And like 100, like, and they was like, kids can't get it. Kids can't move. And like all the kids is getting it. Like, it's so fried. Like you said, my bad. I just had to put that out there for context.
No,
none of these non-doctors saying doctors.
Well, here's the scary thing. All right, is a lot of these anti-vaxxers going to these county boards and city councils and school boards and, you know, freaking out on them. They're fucking nurses. Like, a lot of them are fucking nurses. There were nurses protesting outside of a children's hospital in San Diego a few weeks ago. Like, these people, I mean, and some of them are doctors, you know what I mean? They're like doctors. They may have went through medical training, but they're doctors. But the scary thing is the nurses, a bunch of nurses freaking out about it, freaking out about vaccines and masks. And one of them was at the county board like, I quit my job because of a vaccine mandate.
I saw that.
Hey, you know, speaking about that, I got a question. Nurses don't really go to med school like that, do they?
It's hella hard. It's hard to become a nurse. You have to be smart. You have to go through a lot of school. It's one of the most competitive jobs in America to get to, because going to school for it, it's hella competitive. Like,
right.
You have to be very smart.
And is that for like a RN, like a registered nurse, or like a
LN? For RNs? And then there's below that, there's like LVNs, that's less schooling, and like Evelyn CNA.
Licensed nurse is LN, which is a licensed nurse, and then an RN, which is a registered nurse. I don't know which.
Well, no, it's a LVN, which is a licensed vocational nurse.
Okay. And then, well, you know what? That might be what it's called in California. So yeah.
And then the RN is a registered nurse, where you have to take a big test and go to school a lot for, like, and you have to have your degree most of the time, whether it's your bachelor's or associates, but you have to take a big national test. So these people are trained. I mean, they're trained nurses, most of them. Like, so that's what's scary. And it's the same thing, and people are just insane. Like, with the ivermectin is cow dewormer, horse dewormer, and people are taking that everywhere. And it's like, you're taking cow dewormer, but you won't take a vaccine. You know what I mean? Like, it.
Come on, son. Come on, son.
Time out. Speaking about like that, the funny ironies in all of this, like, just for the humor of this podcast, I seen Lil Duval. He posted. He said, "It's the bitches who get Brazilian butt lifts who don't trust the vaccines that don't sit well with me."
You get a Brazilian butt lift,
but you don't trust the vaccine. Like, make that make sense.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, but it's also the niggas that's taking medicine for animals that was like, hey, we're going to take this hydroxychloroquine. Hey, we're going to put this bleach in our fucking, we finna, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Because it's like the third or fourth little situation where it's like, hey, don't take the vaccine, but take whatever the fuck this is over here, which has nothing to do with it. Think about that, bro. Like, this, it's just a real scary idea that, like, and it's even backwards because I think we said it. I don't know if you said it on camera. We said it before camera that like most of these people are Trump motherfuckers, and most of the Trump motherfuckers was talking shit because Trump was the reason he made Operation Hyper Warp Speed or Warp Speed. My bad, not Hyper Warp Speed, but Warp Speed, which made the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Like it came out when Trump was the president, like, and now they like this shit's stupid. Like it's just like, so backwards.
And then it's like, but when old boy was in office, y'all were all for like, when we get the vaccine, it's gonna make America go back to normal and yada yada yada.
Yeah. Speaking of that, while we got him on the brain, he just did an interview. He did like 2-3 interviews this week. He pretty much was saying some wild shit. First one, he said, "Oh yeah, we can do the." He was like, "Vaccines are okay. I think we should get the vaccines, but freedom." And then he said. He said, I think people should wear their mask and blah, 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 but freedom. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? I mean, we know what it means. He's just so fried that, like, you have to say a certain thing to not make people mad, even though, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's you know how.
Right. Even he's like, okay, like wear a mask, get your vaccine, but he's got to play the, you know what I mean? He's got to play the role.
He got to say the buzzwords: freedom, immigrant,
freedom. You're not gonna force your coercion on me.
The border, freedom.
Yeah,
1770. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Ashley Babbitt. Like they just gotta say them words.
Oh, Ashley Babbitt. Who shot Ashley Babbitt? That's what this. Like we know who shot Ashley Babbitt.
He said, "Who murdered Ashley Babbitt? Like she really didn't.
She didn't get murdered."
Fuck
that shit, bro. She didn't get murdered.
Speaking of that,
but wait. Before we get off COVID, bring up what the lieutenant governor of Texas said.
His bitch ass. So the lieutenant governor of Texas. For real, he a real bitch. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I got on Twitter and called him a bitch. And then I went on his Facebook and said, you a bitch too, fam. Still a bitch, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. So that might come back and haunt me in like 20 years. They be like, did you say this to this fucking? I'm like, yeah. So he got on TV and was like, now remember, fam, literally a week ago, they was like, this open border crisis, all the immigrants are bringing COVID over and blah, blah, blah. Literally a week ago. That was like all the, you know how like you said, the break talking points. So the real statistics is like, I think it's like 28 or 30% of like the immigrants have Rona. Mexico has a lower Rona rate than the United States, just to give you a context in general, right? So Lieutenant Dan Patrick, the Lieutenant Governor of Texas, Dan Patrick, got on TV and said, African Americans are the reason that it's of this COVID surge. Unvaccinated African Americans are the reason for the surge in COVID. And I'm pretty sure 90% of them vote Democrats. And Democrats need to do something better to help the black population because black people are the reasons why COVID is spreading.
Need to figure it out.
So so first off, niggas don't give a fuck if you Democrat or Republican or whatever. Niggas don't trust the government in general. So I just gotta put that out there from like a history. It's like a history of the
black people not trust. There's a history of reasons why black people don't trust the government.
There's been no time in the history of the healthcare system where niggas was like, you know what, this is actually made for me. Like ever. Like literally right now, they just came out with like all the statistics about like pregnant black women have double the chance of dying while giving birth. Like double, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Like it's literally double. Okay, so first off, I want to get some statistics because like it's this nigga crazy. First off, black people only make 12% of the population. So that's statistically impossible for niggas to be the reason for the spread of the wrong. Also, in Texas, it's 1.8 million unvaxxed niggas, black people, excuse me. In Texas, there are 5.7 unvaccinated white people.
Mm-hmm.
Million. It's almost like 4 million more people. And he's saying niggas, black people is the reason. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So then he got backlash and everybody like, you racist as hell, woo woo. And he gonna be like, man, they over here playing politics on the internet with the internet trolls. And yeah, so my bad. What did you say?
No, I mean, and I understand the distrust and things like that, but I mean, I don't see black people going to county boards and freaking out on them and being the super like comparing it to all this stuff and yada 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 and going nuts and
come on,
whatever. I just wanted to.
That's because most of the time we'll get shot if we did half that shit.
Dead ass.
We can't do half that shit, bro.
It's but people on video.
Like, you said I don't see black people doing accountability. I was like, you also don't see black people shooting up schools and other mass shootings. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about the opioids because that was a whole different story. But you know what?
You don't see niggas wiping shit on the walls of the Capitol either.
Yeah.
Definitely don't see that. Yeah, 100%. At all. You also don't see black people sitting outside of the Library of Congress with a bomb in a truck on live and then get taken home. You know what I'm saying?
And then get told that you're having a bad day.
Because you're going through a divorce.
Because you're
his mama died.
His mom died. What the
he said because his mom died. Nigga, both my parents died. both my parents dead. I ain't never thought of doing nothing like that. Whoa. Yeah. So my bad. We got off topic, but yeah. So that's just great.
I mean, it's true.
That's very on topic. Yeah, right. Very on topic.
Yeah.
All of that fell in line. All of that fell in line with like why black people don't, have confidence in the government. You know?
Yeah. But it just goes. My bad. What'd you say?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it just goes to show how like these niggas is not really like going back to lieutenant governor, like just to. I mean, I guess it's kind of already known that these people is talking faces. Like it's just like it's a person with a job that has to do a thing to be able to keep their job. But it's just fried how like none of the tactics have became innovative. Like it's always the same thing. It's like immigrants, niggas, Mexicans, Middle Eastern people, freedom is being taken away. Like it's always the same. You know what I'm saying? And like for like decades, literal decade, like literal.
The same ingredient, the same recipe for disaster.
It's just that. I mean, yeah. It's just the same.
And we serving the same dish over and over.
It's just the same thing over and over.
It's that lunch lady special. We've been giving that lunch lady special. Leftover bullshit.
Or the hot pizza that pizza that tastes like hot gummy worms. What was you gonna say, Q? You real quick before we get off that, you was talking about the what's that Dewormer? What's it called again?
Oh, we had just talked about it. Ivermectin and everybody's Ivermectin.
Ivermectin and how you were saying in Mississippi. I'll let you say it.
In Mississippi, it's 70% of the poison control calls have been related to ivermectin, and it's like sold out. It's sold out at places and shit, and you have to go to like animal stores to get it. So they're like saying like, you know what I mean? The FDA just came out with something like, please don't take this. Please don't take this.
Listen, bro. Really good. I lost all like faith in our humanity system when Tide had to come out and was like, please don't eat our Tide Pods.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not what they're for.
They had to make the packaging different on niggas.
Yeah, like when they have to do that, like
packaging different, fam.
This is light work.
Yeah, it's just fried as hell. So also,
really, I mean, that's what happens. It's the American education system at work. We never learned how to critically think, really. Like most people didn't. So especially in the last like 30 to 40 years, like you've got generations of people who can't really think through a lot of things. So
exactly. On that same note, fam, the Georgia governor followed the other niggas and pretty much tried to do the DeSantis shit. So he made it to where you can't do a mandate on mask or vaccines.
Well, and in Florida, all the school boards are like defying them.
And trying to
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a fucking shit show. It's a shit show. And Joe Biden is just telling people to go back to school and go back to work and everything's fine. That's what I mean. No, where's that stimmy? Where's that? I'm ready for a new stimmy. You know what I mean? Like I'm ready for y'all to actually do something. Y'all motherfuckers on recess. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers are just chilling at the worst possible time. It's worse, just as bad as it's ever been. And it's motherfuckers saying go back to work. Unemployment benefits are ending in 2 weeks. Like,
say shit. The rent moratorium?
Well, the moratorium, they let that shit expire. They just let it expire. They just were like, oh no, we can't do anything about it. And then they acted like for a couple days, oh, we're trying to stop it from expiring. And then after everybody was freaking out, like everybody was pissed about it, that they would end the eviction moratorium. And then they came back and said, oh no, we'll just do a targeted bring it back eviction moratorium so people can get evicted in certain areas, in certain places, which it doesn't matter because those few days, all the landlords started filing their evictions like right away.
It was exactly. It was like hundreds of thousands of people.
Thousands of people are getting in the process of getting evicted just from letting it expire those few days. Like these fools, and they knew it was going to happen because a month and a half before the Supreme Court or a court said, no, the eviction moratorium, it can be extended until the end of July, but the CDC can't bring it back. It has to be someone else, or Congress has to bring it and make it into law or make something for it and put it. So they knew, and then it came and they're like, oh, well, we didn't know. Like Nancy Pelosi's like, well, we're trying 3 days before it ends. So they play games. Like that's what I mean is like, that's super fucked up. So people just keep dying and I mean, it's sadistic. Like they lightweight enjoy it in my mind. You know what I mean? Like we're scrambling. We look like fucking, it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. No, I agree with you wholeheartedly, bro. It's crazy.
Let me ask you this though, Q. Are you surprised that it's getting worse and worse?
No, because this time in February of last year, I knew this exact shit was going to happen. It's just that where we're at as a country, as people socially, we're just not equipped to handle this. Like, our hospitals aren't equipped to handle it. Our government's not equipped to handle it. Our people aren't equipped to handle it. Look at this. We're letting our kids go back. There's different rules that, you know what I mean? The city has one rule, the county has a rule, the state has a rule, the feds have a rule. They're all clashing with each other. School boards are fighting the state. The police are on are anti-maskers, so they're fighting with the boards, not going and making sure people are wearing their masks. Nothing. Like, and I don't even want the police to go and make sure people are wearing their masks because these motherfuckers are crazy. So it's like,
I ain't even think of it in that sense, bro. You're right, bro. It is everybody battling each other. It's wild as hell. And it's crazy because Mississippi and Alabama Texas, Georgia, Florida, all yeah, all of these states, man. Damn it, aren't those part of the Bible Belt? Ain't that what it's called? A lot of the Bible Belt states. They all are. Half of them states have negative ICU beds, fam. Negative. I just seen in Bama, they got people. They got the ambulances lined up outside because they don't have enough beds in the hospital, man. And they said it's going to be twice as many people in mid-September.
And it's the same thing that happened last year, and we didn't learn shit. We never learned how to test. We never learned how to contact trace. Our vaccines, but half of the country isn't taking them, and they're not going to take them. Like it's a fucking mess. It's so bad. And you have stuff like Texas in the winter, their whole stuff shutting down because their energy is plants can't take it, their energy grid can't take it. Like it's so all the natural disasters, it just exacerbates the problem, like wildfires everywhere, and people are just like, go to school, go to work.
Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy because we got a couple little things going on at once, like a global, the climate change,
and they're like, I can't find anyone to work for minimum wage. Why doesn't anybody want to work for $7.50? Why 25. Not 25? Like, why not? Why can't I find people? Why don't people want to go work in my restaurant and sweat their ass off and get treated like shit by their managers, all to make $125 a week?
Yeah,
it's a fucking mess. It's bad. Yeah. And it's gonna be like this next year too. So we're not gonna learn anything from this. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean is Uncle Biden, Big B, they're not learning shit. They're just like,
just go along with it.
We're not shutting down the economy this time around. No way. There's no such thing as lockdowns with this. Like, how is that not just as crazy as what Trump was saying? Like, y'all, your hands-off approach is just like Trump's. Like, you letting all these people die, all these healthcare workers, there's healthcare shortages, nurses are dying, doctors died. You're getting sick for a year because you have long COVID, your lungs fucking hurt, and people are in the fucking hallways, and we're just like, go to school, go back to work.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's part of the game, fam, because half the people in the country is like, don't believe it exists, or I mean, well, I just think, it's just a lot of different people that don't agree on the same views. So he like, let me try to appease everybody to, what I'm saying? It's like, we're gonna take the swags instead of being like, this is how the game is. So it's just interesting, bro. It's interesting. On a lighter note, Trump went on TV and said that he can't disclose that he's running for 2024 because campaign finance laws.
What?
Which is not a thing at all.
Wait, what?
It's not real. That's literally not a real sentence.
And he said, I can't talk about running
2024 because of campaign finance laws.
Bro, don't motherfuckers usually announce that they running for president like 3 years before the actual election?
Again, man, he getting sued, fam. So that's why he can't do this. They finna sue that nigga.
And that's cool. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure I understood the process right. Like, I'm pretty sure this is about the time you started announcing that you're going to run for president anyways.
Yeah.
Like, because he did that in 26.
That motherfucker's been announcing he's running for president every 4 years since fucking 1994. He's been doing this shit forever. Like, forever.
When he said black people he actually announced that at his roast too. Of the roast of Donald Trump on Comedy Central, like.
And hey, that's some determination, bro. I'm not finna lie. Like, as much as I feel
right,
30 years you trying to make him become president, you do it, and damn, you really made a A difference, huh? Like
he the first
bad
to
difference,
announce his presidency on Comedy Central. That's how you know. That give you some context of what's going on. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there.
It brings up, we were gonna talk about this, but the recall with Newsom.
Yeah, real quick before we get to that, I wanted to talk about when we talked about Ashley Babbitt. They exonerated the police officer that killed him too. By the way,
and they're mad about that one. They're
yeah.
That's the one police officer being exonerated where it's like super clear cut.
Yeah,
it's real clear cut.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah. So my bad. But yeah,
you know what?
I just wanted to put that in there when we brought her ass up.
Hey, I just want to let you know that she got an A on her test because she clicked D for all of the above and fucked around and found out. Thought shit was sweet, and she played stupid games and won stupid prizes. And she got an A. She got an A because she passed her test.
That's right. That's right.
Fuck her.
Yeah. I think it's hilarious. Her and Matt Baker from Ocean Beach. They're both from Ocean Beach. Ashley Babbitt and Matt Baker, the anti-vaxxers.
You're right. I forgot.
They're both from OP, or they live there. Maybe they weren't born there, but they lived there. But yeah, with the recall, I mean, it's all those crazy people too. Like Newsom look, I'm not a fan of Newsom. He's your typical politician. I don't think he's done that good of a job. But let me tell you, the other people running for governor are batshit crazy. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. I saw one. I did this comedy show for him, and like it was like in San Clemente or something, super white area, super whatever. And this lady was like, "I'm running for governor because we need to build this wall." And woo. I said, "That's what you going on? That's it. Oh, fam, you need to do." She's like, "We need to recall news." It was the white lady. We need to do this and this because we like our freedom and we're not covering our face. And I'm like, you got all these old ass people in here.
About to die.
Damn near, yeah.
About to die. You're about to kill all these old people.
Yeah. My bad, Q. I ain't gonna cut you off, but yeah, I just had to give you my experience because I met one.
I was just gonna bring up how what's her name? Cause I forgot Jenner.
Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner.
My bad. Video where she said, "Look at these illegals crossing the border." She was like looking at a wall or something, and it was nobody in the video. She's like, "I see him right now crossing the border."
Oh yeah, she was like, "Look at the overflow of immigrants illegally crossing the border," and there was like one person just walking around in the dirt.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, nigga, what?
But it's scary because it's possible. It's a real possibility this fool gets recalled. And
yeah, okay. So do you want to explain how that works, like the context of it?
So yeah, everybody's getting a mail-in ballot. You have to do it by September 14th. That's technically election day. And it's the first question is, would you recall? Should Gavin Newsom be recalled? Yes or no? So you should vote no, because if you vote yes, then if he gets over 50% yes, he gets recalled. So it matters 50% about which one that he, or majority, whatever wins more. You know what I mean? Whatever comes out more.
Yeah, whichever side is 51%, or my bad, it's 50%
higher. It could be like 54 to like 46 or something, yes to no, and he gets recalled. So you need higher no's than yes.
Exactly. And then it doesn't even matter who the next person, whoever has the highest
votes
out of the rest of the people, become the governor. So the other person can get like 20% and still become the governor just because he got recalled.
And so, and a lot of people like they are The recall Newsom people are organized and they're nuts, and like they're like dead set. They've been working on this since he became governor, so they're like super hyped about it. Like I seen people who are Trump fans who were not even like saying vote for Trump. They weren't even that big on the election last year, but with the Newsom stuff, they're going like all in. Like they are about that.
It's no joke, yeah. But the craziest part is they took that extra California $600 though. and didn't he sign another one? It's another one coming in September. They're gonna take that bread too.
You know what? Another thing that he did good is the free lunch for California students. It's the biggest free lunch program in the country now. Before, I mean, not everybody got free lunch. Now every kid K through 12 gets free lunch, which is huge.
He was the first person to now I'm not saying he the greatest nigga on earth either, so we gotta put that out there. Like we're not one way or other, you know what I'm saying? But he also was the first person to sign on LeBron's TV show. He's the first person to sign where the NCAA has to pay student athletes.
NIL.
And when he was a big reason why gay marriage passed in California too. And when he was mayor, he was like a huge reason.
Yeah, huge. Also, on another note, when he was the mayor of Sacramento, he was found
San Francisco.
He was
the mayor of San Fran.
Okay, my bad. He got found with his campaign manager's wife in the room with hella cocaine in the hotel room.
Whoa, wait a minute.
This was obviously like a minute ago, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta give both sides. Like he ain't the, you know what I'm saying?
He's certainly not a saint. He's your typical corporate Democrat. He's Joe Biden, like he's Joe Biden of California. So
did you call him Joe Biden light?
Yes. I mean
the beta version.
That's what I mean, is that they're very good at convincing people of things and then not doing shit. Like, so
100%.
I mean, he takes corporate money. He's an asshole. Like there's some things he's gotten wrong, but he's certainly not like the worst person I've ever seen be governor. And if he does get recalled, it's going to be bad.
Mike Pence?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Yeah, bro. Mike Pence, fuck that nigga. He was the
That's
first
what I
person
mean is we're about to get a Mike Pence who's worse than Mike Pence if he gets recalled. So, and it's 100%. Very likely he gets recalled if people don't get their shit together.
Yeah, 100%.
Since we were talking about the Bible Belt earlier, look up some fun facts about the Bible states, the Bible Belt, about low life expectancy, high all of that shit. Low illiteracy rate, the lowest. I think Alabama has like the lowest literacy rate in the country.
Yeah, no.
What do you mean we're number one, bro? Come on, come on. We have the best education in the world. It's obvious. Come on. Everybody graduates in those states. Come on.
Yeah, to also give y'all context of how we handle this stuff before we get up out of here. You remember that New Zealand? I don't know if she's the president or the prime minister. I don't know the exact word.
She's a woman. Prime minister.
And they got one case of COVID, and they shut the country down.
Well, that was then. Since then, it's been a lot more. Well,
I mean, of course. But what I'm saying is, as soon as they saw something, they did something.
Oh, yes. And it's funny because one of our followers lives in New Zealand, and she was just basically giving us a play-by-play on like how everything worked, how everything has been working. And hold on, the update that she had at first, it was like it's now like a total. Oh, she was like, the lockdown is not just 3 days anymore. We had 11 new cases today, bringing the total to 31 cases in the entire country. And they're staying on a lockdown for 5 more days. But she believes that it'll be a lockdown for months, because of that. But what she was saying is like all of the stuff that they're doing, we could have done, and it like our situation would have been so much better. Like
eradicated, man. They already came out with statistics and like studies about that. And it was like, if we would have did something at the beginning, it would have been.
We wouldn't have 650,000 people dead.
Yeah, they said it would have been half the people or something like that. This is when it was like 400,000, I think, at the time or something like that.
And we've known that we can do stuff, but again, we choose not to because
that power and money, fam. That power and money, get it, fam.
Freedom. I'm glad we're free. All these freedoms we have, huh?
Yeah.
But freedom though.
Like for example, Walt, she said within 4 hours of the case of that case being announced in New Zealand, my school emailed all the students with online school plans that were prepared months ago exactly for this. After we left our, classes or whatever, we went to the meeting room there. She was like, after classes was over, all the teachers and all the, school officials went to a meeting, and we're in a meeting till like 10 p.m. figuring out these lockdown plans.
Yeah.
She said students seeing government mental health services within an hour of the announcement, and they all had caseworkers by the end of the day. She was like, unfortunately though, like everywhere else, there are conservative Christians who believe in anti-mask and anti-vaccinations and yada yada yada. But
you see the preacher that.
In America, the states, some of them are not giving schools money if they shut down or quarantine, and some of them are not allowed to go online at all this year. So that just shows you the fucking difference right there.
Yeah, 100%. And
they are legally not allowed to do online school this year in some places.
Which is
they would get in trouble. They would not, like, they would be fined and not get funding. Like, that's, come on.
It's backwards, man. And these states is like not the smartest ones. Like already. So yeah, it's right.
There was that video of the Arkansas I'm done after this because the Arkansas governor said like, "Oh, I wish that I didn't make it a law where you can't mandate masks."
He said, "I made a mistake." That's how he said it. I made a mistake. I wish that there was a law. He's like, we're going to try to make the law so we can get another law to change what we did because we made a mistake. I'm like, bro, why don't you can't you just write another one, fam? You wrote the first one. Come on now. Anyway.
They wrote the law to make it super hard to overwrite. That was the whole point of it in the first place because that's what they do.
And it sucks because like I want to say like that's what the fuck you get. But that's not to the people that are affected by that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
it's the people that voted for them niggas.
But it's not even like I said. Okay, well, what it is? Because
you don't expect nobody to not give a fuck about your health. So I give you that. Like people have confidence. Like I'm gonna get this. This person has the right idea for me to.
Like it's fucked. Like that's fucked up. Like I said, I hate saying like that's what you get. But at the same time, that literally is what you get, though. Like that's what you voted for. That's what you're gonna get. These are the
a lot of niggas is doing that with DeSantis now. So I agree. Yeah, Ron DeSantis, and it's like thousands of people died, like in school, going to school. Teachers, like 5 teachers died in the same week, or no, it was the same like 2 days or something like that.
All right, here's my final part, Sean, and I'm done with this shit too. In Muncie, Indiana, the schools in Muncie said if your child wants to wear a mask or to keep them at home, they don't, if they don't want to wear a mask, they can come to school. But if they want to wear a mask, they would have to stay at home. And I was like, this is why you motherfuckers be on academic probation. Because y'all do stupid shit like this. This is why you be on academic probation, because you do stupid shit like this. Like
why you're not accredited yet. Oh man.
Like, so let me get this straight. You want kids that wear masks and want to protect other kids because, again,
to be at the crib.
Elementary school is where you get sick the most, you know.
And also, real quick, remember you used to have the flu cards too back then too.
Well, if you go to public school anywhere in the country, you have to have a vaccination record.
Yes.
Yeah, like you have to have your polio shots. You have to have your hepatitis B, A, alphabet.
You cannot go to public school without having these shots. Like it's been like that for fucking years. Yeah.
So I just wanted to put that out there too, the irony of that. So yeah, no, I think that's a good way to end it for them.
It's all good, but yeah, bro, like it's weird how they're doing that. And then literally the first day back at school, my second niece, oldest niece, catches COVID.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah,
that's sad. I'm sorry. Yeah, and there's children dying everywhere in the hospitals. I seen pictures of 3-month-olds with COVID, and it's a fucking mess. It's a fucking mess.
On that note, y'all have a great week.
Yeah, we'll see what happens within this next week on the collapse of America.
On this episode of Activated, the collapse of America.
It's just in 15 years when because it's going to take a while for it to everybody's going to catch it at some point. Yeah. It's going to, you know what I mean? It's going to keep going. I predict, 5 years sounds about right. And in 15, we're going to be like, damn, we really let, 1.5 million people die because we're stupid.
And it's going to be a long ass chapter in the social studies book.
All right, y'all. It's your boy GDQ.
It's your boy Real Walter Ford, man. We appreciate y'all.
It's your boy Mac. It's the Activated Podcast. Tag team. Well, Walter said we love y'all. We appreciate y'all for supporting. Like and follow us.
Yes. We got the merch if you need. Boom, boom. Y'all stay blessed. Watch out for the bullshit.
Yeah, and wear a mask and get vaccinated if you can, because I feel confident enough to tell people you should go be getting vaccinated. I got vaccinated.
Also arrest the police that killed Breonna Taylor.
And please wear a mask no matter what the CDC tells you.
And Elijah McCain, because y'all hold that boy.
Big money.
Oop.